Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel and spending some time with me today. Always grateful for that. And guys, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite color of plastic worms that hardly nobody uses out there. It's been around forever, and under the right conditions, if you have a set of conditions that I'm going to describe in this video here, there's not a better color out there, and that's the chartreuse pepper zoom dead ringer worm. Super versatile. We're going to get into several different ways I like to fish it, and man, I've just caught so many good ones over the years on this thing. I think you guys are too on that. Also, guys, before we get started, I just want to remind you today is the last day of our January sale on my Solar Bat series RB2 and RB3 series sunglasses from Solar Bat. If you buy a pair today, the last day of the month, you can get them at 25% off. I'll put the link in the description of this video if you guys would like to order a pair, but I think you guys would be super happy with them, man. I just absolutely love these frames here. Okay guys, this bait right here, I'm gonna show you how I rig it, talk about a little about the conditions it works in. This chartreuse pepper dead ringer, my zoom here, guys, this has been just one of my best big fish producers of all times. And actually the person that got me throwing it is Rick Clunn. Clunn used this type of trailer for years on his spinner baits. And I never used them as a spinnerbait trailer, which I'm going to talk about here a little bit, until I saw Rick using them. I had mainly used them as a pitching and flipping bait before, as far as the ringworms. But specifically what I want to talk about today is this color. Now there's two ways I found out about this. Number one is I found out about the chartreuse, and Rick had used several different colors, but this is one I've seen him use on the spinnerbait. And the other was the situation I was at a old Central Pro-Am tournament down at Lake Dardanelle in Arkansas. This has been back in the mid-90s. And one of my buddies' co-angler absolutely ripped him, flipping and pitching this thing in the water willows there at Lake Dardanelle, in that dirty water, the chartreuse pepper ringworm here. And I remember when he told me about this, like, God, I would never have tried that in a million years. I've never pitched and flipped with a chartreuse worm before. And guys, I started using that thing, and I just started, under the right conditions, it just outproduces everything. So we're going to talk about that in today's video. So first of all, let's talk about there's two different times that I use the chartreuse pepper ringworm. The first one is Texas rigging it, just like this. I've got anywhere between a 3/16 to 1/4 ounce slip sinker above the worm there. Usually I've got the 1/0 Gamakatsu G Finesse heavy cover worm hook in it. Just a pretty simple pitching and flipping bait. I'll usually peg the sinker with a toothpick too. But guys, this right here, let me describe the situation you have to have on it as far as it's been my experience. Number one is you got to have the right water temperature. It's a warmer weather color. So when the water temperatures are, anytime the water temperatures are over like 70 degrees, this is going to be a really good color for you if you have the right color of water and the cover combined together. Now you would think that being this bright chartreuse here, this would be a good color in muddy water. It's not. Muddy water, guys, you're going to catch more fish like on a black or a white, something that's really bright, or silhouettes. This chartreuse pepper, even though it looks bright to us right here, it's sort of like when it goes in the water, it's sort of translucent and it sort of blends in a little bit. So this is not like for muddy water. It's for that water clarity. If you've got water visibility of anywhere between, say, I'm gonna guess 15 inches to maybe 2 foot, say 15 to 24 inches, that is when this thing works really good. Most people think that would be a little clear for it, but it's not. 15 to 24 inches visibility with some type of shallow cover. That's another thing that you have to have on it, is you have to have the cover in that shallow water. So specifically, you need to have that cover in like less than 4 foot of water. Now, the best times that I've done good with it is flipping it and pitching it around submergent vegetation, like lily pads, reeds, buggy whips, water willows, that type of stuff there, or lay down wood, like, stumps, that type of stuff, lay down trees. I've caught some off dock pilings before. Basically just having any type of shallow water. But it's, like I said, it looks really, really good in the water, and it's different. Fish, they hardly never see a pitching and flipping bait like this. And I do like the black slip sinker on there. I think the black adds a little bit of contrast against the chartreuse there. So that's the setup that I use with it. Now the second way I fish it is the spinnerbait trailer. Excuse me. And this is what Rick was doing here. Put that, guys, on any type of white and chartreuse or chartreuse spinnerbait, and it has a really, really nice subtle glow to it in the water. It's like it stands out a little bit, but it also blends in a little bit. It's just really perchy looking, really, really natural looking. And again, it's the same type of water clarities. I like it in those water clarities of at least 15 inches in visibility. And it'll also work in water even cleaner than that. It's like, I've caught some really good fish, slow rolling this color spinnerbait, like in over grass beds in 3 to 4 foot of clarity. So it's fairly decent in, you know, clear water situations. If you have clouds and wind, that's what you have to have. But ideally, this is my favorite setup with it. This is the Megabass SV3 spinnerbait with the dead ringer on it. Also, guys, I'll link all this stuff in the description of this video through my Tackle Warehouse link if you guys want to pick up some. Tackle Warehouse does have this exact color of dead ringer, so you can get you a pack there. But guys, this right here, you can't beat it. The rings on it, it throws out, you know, some good water displacement, puts a little bubbles on it. It's got that little tail on the end of it, and fish catching bait, man. I prefer it as a spinnerbait trailer a lot more than I do just like a straight split tail trailer. But anyway, guys, give them a try. They just don't get fish much. You know, have you guys ever seen anyone flipping and pitching a chartreuse pepper worm? But I can tell you, they'll bite it for sure. If you gave me the ideal situation as far as the perfect scenario, it would be fishing this thing in June or July on, you know, Texas rigging it around the shallow cover, or slow rolling this type of spinnerbait during the pre-spawn, like in March and early April with this setup here. And that's the best success I've ever had. The biggest spinnerbait fish that I've ever caught in my life is I was fishing it was a Bassmaster Invitational down at Lake Gunnersville. And I was leading the tournament after the first day, and I caught the big fish of the day, which was 8 pounds, 13 ounces on this exact ringworm trailer right here. I was throwing a 3/4 ounce spinnerbait with a number single Colorado with this chartreuse pepper worm on it, and caught that 8/13 on it. So big ones will hit it. So anyway, guys, hope it works for y'all. Give it a try, and we'll talk to y'all later. See you.